X-rays emit radiation? Well, I'm a dental hygiene student. Let's talk about it. This whole thing is the inside of a glass tube head in an X-ray. Firstly, you have a cathode and you have an anode. Cathodes are negative and anodes are positive. A lot of people think about cat scratches are negative. I don't know. So in the cathode, there is these tungsten filaments, these little wires right here. And what happens is it basically heats up and creates negative electrons. And then this thing, mylobidium cup, I don't know how to say it, but I'll put it in the caption. The myeloid focusing cup directs that to this anode that has a tungsten target. Give it like a slingshot, like you're negatively pulling back the rubber and you have something in here, right? So pretend whatever's in my imaginary slingshot is a little rock, right? You're gonna pull it back and it's creating this negative this negative electron, and you're gonna let go and it's gonna hit and ricochet somewhere else. You try to hit the target and it hits the target, but then it goes somewhere else, and that somewhere else is going to the X-ray tube head or the tube window. So the anode has the tungsten target, like I said, but it's also made of copper. So the tungsten target stops the electron so that energy can be converted into X-rays, and the copper stem basically dissipates the heat away from the tungsten target. Science. But this doesn't happen when you hit the button. This is constantly happening until you hit the button, and that's when X-rays come out. What's needed is electricity. You need a power cord to the X-ray unit. Duh. It's constantly heated up, and there's constantly a big cloud of negative electrons. As soon as you hit that button to take that X-ray, boop, then all this negative electron cloud is heading towards this. But anyway, I digress. So back to the power unit. So in the power unit and power cord and everything, there's also these important things called transformers. And no, not Transformers, the movie kind of thing, the robots. We have these other things. So this is the transformer. I didn't learn too much about this other than there's a step up and step down. Step down transformer basically heats up the tungsten filament to create the electron cloud. The step up transformer increases the voltage to propel towards the tungsten target. So step down does the tungsten filament, and step up goes to the tungsten target. So quick review, cathode has these tungsten filaments. They get super hot and they create negative electrons. They're constantly going when it's on, which is from the step down transformer. Then when the button is pushed, then the negative electron cloud goes to the tungsten target, where the anode is, and it creates the radiation because the tungsten target converts the electrons to energy to create the radiation. And the step up transformer helps bring these negative electrons to the tungsten target. But that's also called kilovoltage, which we'll talk about later. Kilovoltage is the quality of X-ray. Anyway, so from the tungsten target, then it goes out to this tube window, which there's these other things like lead collimators and aluminum discs. But we can talk about that in another video about the whole thing. But that's basically how radiation gets emitted from an X-ray tube.